All right, let's see. Oh, wrong thing. What? What are you talking about? What you talking about, Willis? Almost got it. What you talking about? How do you not find it? It's right there. Really? Oh, hold on. Did I change it? Uh, uh. String settings. There we go. Did I do the wrong thing? On, you can do it. There we go. What up, Yogi? You're the first one in. Oh, I'm slow. I'm still setting up. Neurons screaming. File export as thumb work pictures live thumbs. Neuron scream 2. Yes. S. Close. Here. Edit. LMN. Neuron screen 2. There we go. All right, my bad. Not much. Don't get with PT. Not much. Just got what? Done. Oh, done. All right, gotcha. I got the other B12. It doesn't seem to do anything. Yeah, you got the methylcobalamin. Did you get the this if you didn't get sublingual and you got the pill version, it'll take usually takes about a day or two and a week to really get there. And if you've been taking the cyano for a while, that's got to move out of your system too. So it's much shorter acting. Okay, yep. That's the exact same stuff that I've got. She either got that or the liquid. Yeah. So then here, let's look up one other thing for you. And I've talked about this all the time. So you need to make sure that your body can absorb it, right? So we want to look up why, like what can cause the absorption of B12 to not take place. All right. Which vitamin deficiencies can slow the absorption of B12? Slows. Okay, so here's a huge one. Here's a huge one, right? B9. So 1 second. If you're low in folate, you're in big trouble, and that's huge. But hold on. So So unfortunately, I don't have the bottle. Mine are distributed already into my daily taker. John, it's the big so it's the biggest thing. So this is why I say it's changed my life. I've been on all kinds of drugs, all kinds of pharmaceuticals, all kinds of for ADHD and other things. ADHD, almost everyone with ADHD has low vitamin B12 serum levels, okay? There's two things that you need to do. You need to understand about the body, and we'll explain it right now. Hold on. So, Yogi, do you have any other multivitamin or anything that's got folate B9 in it? So you need. They're usually called B complexes, and they're very cheap. And it's got they usually have B3, 6, and 9 in them. And they're very inexpensive. This is the only way to find out if you're definitely B12 deficient. But if you're low in folate, let me do this real quick. Folate deficiency. Okay, so if you have anything like this, anemia, fatigue, weakness, pale skin, sore tongue. So folate has to be enriched. But hold on, look. High folate foods. Folate foods, dark leafy greens, okay? For other things, if you're not eating these, and I don't eat vegetables very often at all, because they cause the sprays and the stuff we've done to the foods cause, unless you grow it. The foods I grow, I eat. All right. What up, Braden? Okay, so enriched bread, pasta, rice, cereals that'll have folate added, and it'll say absolutely. And you need that, right? So, but what vitamin deficiencies can stop folate absorption? Stop folate. So, oddly enough, B12 that traps folate, B9 is unusable form. B9 an unusable form. Folate trap. They call it the folate trap because B12 is needed to convert folate to its active form. B12 renders folate unable to be used in the DNA. Lack of B12. So if you're low in folate, that's a problem because you need B12 to absorb folate, and you need folate to absorb to convert B12. So we're probably onto something right here because that's probably your issue. So you need to have a way to get folate in yourself. What do you mean your Google app is broken? How's it broken? But wait, what do you need, Brian? What do you need, Braden? Use a different app. Yeah. So is that why I get tired after taking the B12? Yes. Yes. So yes, your body can't use it. You're using more metabolism trying to do things that it can't do. Your body's saying, "Okay, let's do this." This is exactly what exactly the problem that it sounds like you have. The B12 trap. So if you don't have enough folate in your system, your body's broken. Your intestines aren't absorbing what you need. So the way the body works, okay? You have I say your gut, but it's your intestines, not just your colon and what they call the gut. You put food in your mouth, it goes through your stomach, and it goes through your gut, it comes out your butt. While that's happening, you got to move nutrition out of your gut into your bloodstream. But that's not very helpful because it's in your blood doesn't matter. It's got to get out of your bloodstream. So one thing moves it from your gut to your bloodstream, but now that it's in your bloodstream, it's got to be able to get into your brain and your tissues. So different things do that. So what worked for me was D3. So I take so important. I don't even mess with anybody's pills, any formulations. I get frickin' D to the 3 and B12 under the tongue on the skin. Right? I don't even take D3 by mouth. Okay. D3 and folate absorption. Not E3, D3. Okay, so low D, which you probably don't get a lot of sun, I'm guessing. So without D3, you can't bind folate to the vitamin D receptor. So low vitamin D, which is the reason most of us are sick. Most of us are sick because low vitamin D. We don't get enough sun. We're under artificial lights and everything like that. That's why I make sure I put vitamin D3 on my skin. Like, absolutely. That once you get caught in that trap, you get absolutely stuck going to the doctor, paying for it, and nothing works. They give you something to give you a buzz, and then you're like, oh, well, I guess I feel better. But no, D3, just right on the skin, just like that. Just like that. That's what I do. What do you need? What do you need Googled? You didn't ask. You said, can you search? You didn't ask for what you needed. What do you need? My batteries. Yes, that's why I get on Google and it says the app isn't responding. What do you need searched for? B12. Yes, B12, D3, folate. We don't get enough sunlight, and we're told to put sunscreen on before we go outside, which is the worst thing you can do to a human. We sit inside houses and stuff that are protected from the sun. That we have UV resistant or filtering glass on our windows, so even the sunlight that comes to our windows doesn't have enough UV to turn it into D3 inside in our skin. So, like, percent of the population vitamin D deficient. Over 1 billion people worldwide. It says America. It's almost 35 to 41% of adults, but it breaks down much worse than that. Hispanics 70%, black people 82% deficient, and what white people have lighter skin, so you get less reflection, more absorption. Would it be better to listen under the tongue? Sublingually is the best way to do it. Boof it. You take B12 shots. Here's an interesting thing about people that's great. That's absolutely B12 and D3. Oh yeah, UV is dangerous. Being a ginger, I need sunscreen so I don't get melanoma. Right, so you need supplementation, right? Yeah, boofing is not recommended. What did you need searched for, Braden? I didn't see what you need searched for. I'm currently playing guitar, rocking out to some blues. There you go. But yeah, listen, Yogi, you'll be fine. You just, it'll take you a couple of days to get everything straight, and then it'll be a whole new world. You do now. Once you don't feel how you feel right now, you'll realize, oh my God, I've been feeling like this long, and I should have taken some vitamins. I understand, and the problem is, when you take folate-enriched foods and you take vitamin B12 one-a-days, that's the amount to keep you where you're at. So even if you take a one-a-day, it's got B12 in it, but not enough to get you out of deficiency. The amount that they put in for daily allowance for B12 is 2.4 micrograms. I take 5,000 micrograms, not 2.4. So that gets me out of deficiency. So even if I take foods and milk that's got B12 in it, it's not enough for me. Obviously, I've got a high-ass metabolism. Sorry, I need help figuring out why my 2006 Scion. Okay. Okay. All right, 2006 Scion, replacing the battery is likely caused by loose, corroded battery terminals or cables, or a defective battery, new battery. A poor ground connection. Ensure the main engine, ground, and starter connections are clean and tight, as even new parts can fail or underperform. Check the battery terminals and loose cables. They might be corroded or dirty terminals. Most common cause is after battery replacement is dirty terminals or loose terminals. Clean and tighten the both positive and negative battery terminals. Verify ground. Ensure the engine to chassis ground strap is clean, tight, and not corroded. A bad ground prevents full power from reaching the starter. So that's basically the main thing. Anything that's loose should be tightened up. Bluing out some rock. Bluesing out the some rock. I'm making buffalo chicken sandwiches. I love buffalo chicken. Hey, Rich, I got a question for you. I want to put a couple electrical outlets on my porch. Could I just throw a junction box in the middle of the run? Yes. Yep. That's exactly it. That's what a junction box. Yep. That's it. Yes. So Romex in. And then if it's outdoors or whatever, just get outdoor rated Romex, so you don't need to worry about uh, um, 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 can't remember what it's called. What the hell does wire run through? Wire runs through conduit. Conduit. So yeah, and then you can just staple it up, and then box connector. Take your junction box, punch out one of the holes, put in a box connector, run it in, twist your wire nuts on, zip the whole thing in electrical tape, and then out the other side. That's it. That's it. So it's just your splice point. You're watching me on TV. Yeah, definitely don't IV B12. It needs to go. It needs to pass through. You don't want it in your blood. This is so this is a big thing about B12, about a lot of things. It's got to go from your digestive tract into your bloodstream. But if it's in your bloodstream, this is a problem with blood tests. Is you get a blood test, it'll say you got plenty of B12, but that's in your blood. It needs to get into your muscles, into your tissues. The only way you could check that is a biopsy. But the thing is, that's why things that you can take an excess of, you should. Because if they take a biopsy and you're low, what are you going to do? You're just going to take more. But you're not going to say, oh, it's too high, because your body releases anything it doesn't use. Is it going to break my kidneys? No. So there's the thing about kidneys. You can absolutely break your kidneys. You can brick them up. So you can, if with too much calcium. So let me talk about that real quick. So D3 is what moves. So D3 is what moves calcium from your digestive tract into your bloodstream. K2 MK7 is what moves it out of your blood and into your bones. If you have too much calcium in your blood, that's when you can have like hardening of the arteries and you get kidney stones. So right, so I put D, but the reason that I'm starting slow with you guys is because that's expensive. But you need to know that it's worth it. So buy a little bit at a time and a little bit at a time. I pay like $100 a month for my supplements. That's $1,200 a year. But I pay $0 in anything else because I don't need it. I don't drink anymore. I don't smoke weed. I don't do it. It's like, so any money that I would use for partying to try to feel better, I don't spend that anymore. 12 volt always corrodes. Yeah. You need to make sure the ground is good. That's why listen, positive used to be ground on cars. It wasn't negative. Negative ground had to happen because it used to corrode all the parts. Richard, you should gift your memberships. Okay. All right, let's see what happens. Sorry, got one. Katra got one. Zumbo got one. Skipper got one. And I don't know who that is. I don't know who LMDMT101 is. You got one, Katra. Hey. Sorry, got one too. And you guys are here. Partying is for losers. Hey, let me see if I can make this pop up. There you go. That popped up. Katra got one. Zumbo got one. Skipper's got. I ain't seen Skipper in a while, and I don't know who this is. LMDMT 101. I don't know who that is. But maybe they'll come in here. I just pour olive oil mixed with B12 and beef tallow, rub it all over everything. Hey. Yep. You got good luck. Yep, you got one too, brother. Now I can put ND in timeout, Lamau. All right, 5 more. I get 10 a month, so we'll push them out now too. All right, let's see who gets them. Mr. Valentine ain't seen him in a year. I haven't seen Cam in a while. I ain't seen Show in a while. Reginald comes around and Ramblin' Ray. I got no idea. I only know who 2 of those are. Damn, dude. Yeah, it just happens automatically. Oil, yes. I use beef tallow when cooking steaks. Okay, so here's the thing. When you have low serum vitamins, when your vitamins can't get from your digestive tract into your bloodstream, your body can't use them anyway. But you're already all out of whack. So you've got to put some time in. You've got to invest in your health, and it's going to be more than you're used to spending. I can put everything together for you and you can buy them however you want, but there's things that matter. You can't absorb things. Most people are fine with folate, but that's why, like Yogi, like if I would have talked with you about all this, we could have gotten it down to these things. Most people don't, most people are D3 deficient because most people don't get enough sunlight. And then after that, when that starts happening, then your folate starts dropping. But you're already been D deficient as hell before the folate gets to that point. So if you're taking B12 and you're getting exhausted, your body's like, I don't have what it needs to do anything with this. So you're like, it should be the exact opposite. So and this is a big thing about blood tests. I tell people to do that, but it's basically just for legal purposes. The blood test will let you know if your gut, your digestive system is not moving nutrition into your bloodstream. You need biopsies to do that, but I don't pay for biopsies because I feel the effects. Now, once your body can absorb it, and this is a big thing. So you will take B12 and you'll be like, oh, did nothing happen. It wasn't B12. I just don't feel like shit. No, that's the exact opposite. Then people say I don't need it because I got enough for my milk. That's not true. You need to make sure you have that right. So I can get that stuff together for you if you want to. Hold on. Ridiculous. I didn't get one. It's like gambling, but I can't roll again, right? One at a time. I'm only getting 11.8 volts. So if you can start your car and you're measuring at this, you have a bad alternator. You have a bad alternator or a bad ground. Regardless of how the ground is, you should be getting 14 volts out of your alternator with the car running. If the car won't run without that, then your alternator is definitely bad. If you're getting that out of your alternator and the car isn't running, then that means you have a bad wire somewhere. Something got chewed through. You hit too many potholes and it rattled some things loose. You can fix this, but you need to go step by step. So the thing is, if you get a battery charger and you charge your battery up to the full and then you start the car and the car starts and then dies, that means the battery's not being recharged. And then the battery keeps dying. It goes. If the car starts and doesn't stay running, that's your alternator. With my car, I'll just pay for it. I'll just pay for it. There you go, Adam. All right. Pay back. You can, it's called B9. It's called B9, but usually you can get B in a complex, B3, 6, 9. And I've got B3, 6, and 9 separately. Everything I take is separate because they usually don't balance them well. So like if you get D and K in the same bottle, the same pill, they don't give you enough K for the D to absorb properly. So then it still doesn't work and you take more. And then you take too much D and not enough K, which means more calcium in your bloodstream. So all these things like that, this self-help, quick health bullshit is to get you sick so that you buy more stuff and more stuff, more stuff. So I have my vitamins, my minerals are separate. They're separate pills and I can dose each one independently. And it takes about a month. It took me a month to figure everything out, but now it's like copy and paste. Braden, why not go to a shop? I guess it's expensive. Why are vampires so depressed to be burning in the sun? They got they got no D. That's why they're so evil all the time. And I wonder if stories like that are meant to tell us like that. Like yes, they're night owls. They're evil. They'll drink your blood. Like, that's so crazy. Like, hey, maybe if they could get into the sun, but they can't get in the sun, so they can't get B12. They got to get it from your blood. I wish I was a high performing autistic like you. Hey, brother. Hey, I listen. I could be an asshole. I could use my superpowers for evil. I choose to use it for good, and every one of you can too. But you've got to work on yourselves first. You hear the bullshitters say, you got to go to therapy. No, you don't need therapy if something didn't cause your issues that wasn't diet-based. You have to understand that we're being poisoned every day from the bullshit that they spray on our foods, what they put in our water. Yes, it might be good for the pipes, It might keep the pipes nice and clean so that they don't have to keep rebuilding that millions of dollars worth of infrastructure. But chlorine, chloramine will keep your body from absorbing, because you need bacteria in your gut to absorb these things. And if you kill that by slugging down chlorine and fluoride, your body can't do it. So filtering water is a huge place to start. I feel like, brother, I'll help, my friend. Flush doses of B3 niacin is good too. Yes. Yes. Listen, the B vitamins are definitely super important, but I can't say the most, because you need the other vitamins. You need B9 to absorb B12. And then you need D3 to convert B12. And so it's like they work together. But we're not told that. We're told take one a day. But the problem is one a days are at the wrong ratios, and everyone's different. But yeah, so you got, and I know it's expensive. Like, 'cause I get pure stuff. Virtual hug. Go test the fuse. It'll help you locate a bad wire. Yep. Yeah. You can do that too. It could be the voltage regulator problem. Yes. So if you can get the motor to start and you can measure what's coming out of the alternator and it's way too high or way too low, right? Voltage regulator. I'd say, yeah, it sounds cut and paste alternator. Like that's where saying, give me some nicotine patches. Apparently smoking is bad for you. Smoking, Yogi. If you smoke, the cyanides in the cigarettes convert B12 back to cyanocobalamin. You absolutely have to get away from smoking nicotine. Nicotine can be very good for you, especially when it comes as an anti-parasitic. But it depends how you get it. Chewing tobacco is what people used to do. And then when we started spraying pesticides on chewing tobacco, that's when it started eating people's jaws off and stuff. It wasn't the tobacco that did it. Olive oil superior to every seed oil. I agree. Olive, but be careful in America, because most olive oils are adulterated in America. So if you can get the purest the oil you can get, the better. Use what you can get. That's good. If you can go down to your neighborhood dairy farm butcher and you can get a bucket of tallow, use that. If you can get coconut oil, use that. If you can get olive oil, use that. Right. I agree. Every day, what up, brother? If smoking weren't bad, I'd still be a smoker. Cigs are awesome. Everything's gnarly. Yeah, eat whole foods. Right. Here's one of the biggest problems is, and with marijuana and stuff like that, if people that eat it and I'm not talking about gummies, I'm talking about flour. Like if you cook with it, you get all of the cannabinoids, all of the phytos and whatnot that are in it, all coming in as they're supposed to be. Smoking wasn't bad if it didn't smell. I consider, don't smoke. Well, human blood fix me. I'm broke, so I have 1 cent to my name. Whole food, organic pesticides. No pesticides. Yes, listen, you don't need them. The only people that need pesticides are huge farm operations. And that's who we pay for our food. Not me. Therapies. High-functioning autism is human evolution. Back to the problems and make you shy away from their control. We've evolved past you. You can't smell cigarette smoke as a smoker. Right? Yep. And I tell you what, after you quit smoking, you can smell it 10 miles away. You can say somebody in the state of Nebraska just lit a cigarette. I'm not saying, don't smoke. Sit right. Yeah, if you're going to do anything, if you're going to smoke anything, cigars. And not freaking Phillies blunts. I would do it for the. Why do you think rich people smoke Cuban cigars? Because they're grown in fields with no pesticides, and they've known this for decades. They've known it. Listen, a lot of the cancers that we see from cigarettes is because you don't have enough B12 to fix your body. Here, look. Cigarette smoke and B12 absorption. Cigarette smoke significantly impairs B12 and utilization primarily due to high cyanide content in smoke, which converts active forms of B12 to inactive forms, leading to reduced B12 levels and potential deficiency. the chemical conversion. Some components in cigarette smoke, cyanide, cyanate, isocyanates, convert functional forms of methylcobalamin and hydroxycobalamin to cyanocobalamin, which is less active. So yes, so you're absolutely, but also my lungs are sensitive. I never thought you were Jewish. I'm not Jewish. I'm not Jewish. Cigarettes are vibes. Think a hot French girl. Yeah, they can be vibes, absolutely, but not 30 cigarettes a day. If you're out having champagne and a girl is like, "Can you have a smoke?" and somebody pulls out fresh tobacco and rolls a cigarette and she puts it in the, but not freaking, "I need a Marlboro." Hey, not primary school education versus private, personal. If you can do it personal, I'm self-taught. You still pledge allegiance to the flag? I do. Dude, I got a flag in my front yard. I freaking got a flagpole in my front yard with a big ass American flag. Pure is the cure. Yep, I agree. Yes, cigarette smoke's not good. No, not at all. Dude, they're made to be addictive. More addictive than nicotine. Because they mess with your freaking nutrition. They mess with how your body handles the vitamins and minerals that it's supposed to handle. And it sounds so freaking wackadoodle when you say cigarette smoke stops your vitamins. And you're like, what? Go get a freaking Flintstone vitamin, dude. I used to smoke freaking... Like, no, it actually makes a difference. And then when you go to this is why people don't take vitamins seriously. Because when you go to the doctor, they're like, "Oh, you need some freaking morphine. You need some freaking..." They never say, "You seem like you got a low vitamin D." They'll never say that because they don't profit off of that. Nicotine pouches is what I do. Free nicotine or out. 9 milligrams. Dude, you're trying to get over that drunk. I know. 9 milligrams is crazy. I mean, I'm just saying. Olive oil... Extra virgin, don't try about virgin me. Olive oil and bread's good stuff. I'm calling the Galactic Freedom Federation. The Galactic Federation, I'm being poisoned. Virgin olive oil, not when I'm around. Virgin Islands, now they're just called islands. You live in your car? Yeah, brother, Braden, listen, brother, you've got to find... You've got to find a junkyard near you. You've got to go there, get there however you can, friend or foe, and be like, "Hi, my name is Braden. I've got a broken car. I live in my car and I need some help." And they'll be like, "What's your problem there, son?" And they'll be like, Here. Can you like this Marlboro? All right, here. And they'll be like, "Try that." And then you'll get help. You have to, like you're doing, you have to ask for help. If you're starving, you don't go rob a store. You go in and you say, "Hi, I'm starving to death. Can someone help me?" And people will be like, "Yeah, come on, let's go." You don't have to steal, and people will help if you ask. Absolutely. If you're living in your car, you go and you say, walk into Advanced Auto and be like, "Hi, I live in my car. I'm screwed. I think this is the problem." And they'll be like, "Well, hey, someone just turned one in like that. Give this a try." Yeah, dude, there's plenty of ways, but you just have to ask. "Oh, my pride." No, I don't want to hear anything about that. Extra virgin olive oil, so virgin so virgin that it's diamond. Richard, you're so right. I can't handle shit in my lungs. It isn't regular air fresh. Yeah, air fresh. I hate that. Perfumes, colognes, all that stuff drives me crazy, like in a bad way. Damn, you need a respirator just to go outside. I love candy cigarettes. Suck it up and tough it out. Dying. Yeah, construction zones. Listen, I like to be behind diesel trucks, though. That stuff smells good. Cigarettes are much more addictive than plain nicotine. 100%. 100%. My whole childhood, single crazy mom abused me. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I could have told you that. 9 milligrams my regular all day. That's freaking... I mean, brother, you know what you might want to get checked for? A lot of times nicotine cravings, people that have parasitic infections have nicotine cravings. Nicotine is how plants keep them from getting parasites. Plants use natural nicotinoids to keep parasites and bugs from eating them. And humans used to use them as anti-parasitics. And then we figured out how to get people addicted to smoking cigarettes and make billions of dollars. When Adam just... Yeah, you do not want vapes. You do not want vapes. You're breathing in heavy metals. George is in his car too, brother. It'll be fine, guys. You got to stay alive long enough. I promise. Everything. Listen, I've lived in my car. Absolutely, it gets better. It's actually very good because all when you shut the door, you can meditate. Learn to meditate or pray. It sets your paths. It sets your mind to say, I need this done. You can say universe, you can say God, whatever you need to say. And then you start thinking about it. I was praying for this. I was praying for that. I was meditating on this. And then when something happens, you're like, oh my goodness, is this the gift from the universe or from God? And it may or may not be, but at least your mind is on it. I just witnessed a car crash not too long ago. It was a gray Nissan and a white Ford van. The National Washington State Patrol made a few arrests. You got pictures? Damn, that shit gets crazy. I'm 16. I live in my car. The car just passed 300,000 after the last stream. Jeez. 16, dude. Listen, why don't you... Have you even contacted any form of local government to get assistance? You can get... There's a lot... Look, you know what we could... Regardless of what people talk about America, there's people trying to get here that come here with less than you. No car, no nothing. They just cross borders with freaking a pack of Marlboros in their hand. You can get help. You can get, you got to call your local, call whatever, 411-611 and say, hi, I'm homeless. I'm living in my car. I'm 16. I need help. It's not as difficult. People just don't do it. What are you afraid they'll say no? That's not true. That's not true. It's not true. You listen, it's definitely not true. People will absolutely help. Absolutely. The problem is we often feel bad. It hurts our pride to be like, we didn't want to ask her help because what? A few people said no? Okay, ask 77,000 more. I'm full of parasites and poison. Thanks, FDA. Right, exactly. Thanks, FDA. Not me. Not me. Not me. Not me. I don't play around. I hate the scented garbage bags. Yeah, I hate they're so strong. I always end up with them because I don't pay attention to the smell. Yeah, they're so strong. The high school was full of vapes. Girl in the bathroom one time, I breathed out a vape in my face, was grabbing a paper towel. That's my yeah, that's just disgusting. I heard nicotine helps with migraines. Absolutely. So migraines are often because nicotine increases blood flow. It's vasodilator. I'm sorry, vasodilator. Nicotine vasodilation. Yeah, nicotine is a vasodilator, right? Coronary vessels, reducing blood flow, increased vasodilation, induced vasodilation, widening blood vessels, and skeletal muscle and epinephrine relief. It causes smoking. Yes, so smoking causes that because of the cyanides and whatnot. But absorb like the foods and stuff that you can eat that contain nicotines and nicotine pouches. Look, there's interesting studies about nicotine pouches on the spine between the shoulders for Parkinson's disease, and it's a well-known therapy. And I didn't even get Sometimes I have a tightness feel in my chest. Okay, let's talk about aspirin. Not Bayer, not buffered aspirin bullshit, but actual aspirin, salicylic acid. It's very, very good for you. Absolutely. You should be taking it. You can get, I get powdered aspirin, just aspirin crystals. And you get to scooper, and that's where like you can get them in bulk, and then you can make your own bullshit aspirin. So Bayer wanted to patent aspirin, so they not methylated it, they not hydrated it, acetylated it. They added an acetyl group to it, and now they can sell it as Bayer aspirin, buffered aspirin. But your body has to deal with that acetylation. But salicylic acid, I've got pure. I can grab it right now and show you if you want. I don't contact the government at 16. Pizzagate will get you. Yeah, I would definitely stream. I mean, he's got a phone. He's on the stream. There were no injuries involved. I heard people arguing nonstop at lights. Yeah. John will help. It's weird how a crop that literally kills insects, tobacco, is the same one of the crops that needs more. Right. Maybe it didn't need more. Maybe it didn't need more. Maybe they knew that people that smoked cigarettes with the tobacco after it was sprayed with all kinds of stuff liked cigarettes more. That's the problem. Well, we wanted to be sure. We wanted to be sure that no bugs would eat it, so we'd put $100 million worth. It depends on where you are. I'm in a good community. I know good people have a good community. Vitamin D. I just can't work. I just can't fork over money, but I will help. Yeah, sure. Yeah, if you're 16, brother, where are you at? The truth is, when you live in your car, people don't help at all because they assume you're a drug addict or an alcoholic. I'm neither, but I'm treated like I am. Right? Yeah, no, I gotcha. But you don't just have to ask people that are walking. And you can. You absolutely, dude, listen, I knew drug addicts in Baltimore and here in Atlanta. They make $100 an hour with a sign. Will work for food. Homeless, need help. Man, they'll do it. $100 an hour, like minimum. And so they only work until they make $100. So they'll work 45 minutes to an hour and then they'll go get high for the rest of the day. But if you stay out there for 8 hours, then you're good for the freaking week. Sounds like Brady needs some help, Rose. Give him a sob story for cash. We'll find out, right? People get a lot of stigma when you live in your car being 16. Yeah. Crystal, no, Greg, freaking. You have a YouTube channel. Yeah, it should be streaming, brother. Do you use nicotine if you use the product? I use a lot. So we'll get into formulations, but the ones that I've tried, and I've tried a bunch of different ones. And I also have tried the caffeine ones. So I've tried Velos. I've tried Alps. I've tried I've tried Zins, like, and these all are still full. I don't even know how old that is, but I don't like. Yeah, I can't imagine 9 milligrams. That's freaking crazy. But yeah, I've absolutely. I would say helping persons is great. Stay away online. Right. Too bad all the scientists and governments work for the devil. Listen, Pete. Listen. A lot of sob stories come through. If you don't try to help yourself, I'm not helping you. Plain and simple. I'll Google stuff for you. I'll give you directions. I'll give you telephone numbers. You obviously have a phone. You need, and I'll give you direction. My mom told me she was so mean to me because she smoked PCP and was out of her mind. Jesus, dude. There's so much food that get thrown out doesn't pass the grocery store standards, but they're perfectly fine to eat. They listen. I used to work for restaurants, and that would just throw everything away. Do you know that we throw away more food than even ever makes it to the market, just because it's not perfectly shiny or there's a dent in it? Yeah. How the crash happened was in gray Nissan, sped past a red light, sped through a red light. Yeah, sped through. Okay. If you're around me, I can meet you in real life, help you get a job. No, I wouldn't shave my head for $1. I'll teach you how to fish. Right. These are the things that people don't understand. Like, but it's so easy. Like, listen, this whole ICE thing, and there's so many people that go out and bother ICE just to get arrested, and as soon as they get arrested, they're like, oh, "Can you cash at me? Can you freaking hit me?" And because they're hoping for a. Most of these people are phonies. They're just online and they're whatever the latest trend is. Because you can, if you get arrested and you get a $50 fine, but you spent 8 hours in jail, and then get $100,000 off a GoFundMe, it's such a grift. Braden Broski. Zin sucks. Yep, bye Christy Nome. Yep, she's gone. That's discrimination at this point. I'm crying. Don't cry. All right, let's see. What are we going to do? Let's see. Oh, yeah, I've seen these guys. Guys, awesome. ChatGPT. How many hands to hold a pen?
I'm holding a pen. One end is in my left hand, the other end is in my right hand. What happens if I let go with my right hand?
If you let go with your right hand, the pen will pivot around your left hand. Essentially, the end in your left hand becomes a pivot point, and gravity will cause the other end to swing down. Unless you catch it or it hits something, it will just fall.
Are you sure about that?
Absolutely. It's really just physics. When you let go with one hand, that end of the pin is no longer supported.
All right.
The pin, still held on the other side,
Enough.
pivot or rotate
Explain this. All right. Do you see me holding the pin in each hand?
Yes, I can see you holding the pin horizontally, one end in each hand.
What color is the pin?
I see the pin has a green cap on one end, and the body looks like a light gray or white with some labeling.
What kind of pin is this?
That looks like a Sharpie marker, the classic permanent marker style with that distinctive green cap and the Sharpie branding on the barrel.
All right, you ready for this? I'm gonna let go with my right hand, okay? What do you expect to happen?
I'm ready. When you let go, I expect the pin to rotate downward, pivoting around the end you're still holding.
Okay.
So let's see.
What just happened?
I saw the pin rotate exactly as expected. When you let go, it pivoted
It's
down
complete.
around the point
It's complete bullshit. It's complete bullshit. It's pre-recorded. You think these things are talking to you, and it's absolute deception. It's absolutely lying. It expects something and it tells you because it expects you to react like everyone else reacts. Because so many people did exactly what he showed. It can't see you like that. It can do logo recognition, but we've been able to do that since the 90s. It's called OCR, optical character recognition. It doesn't know what's going on. It's smoke and mirrors. You'll have to get in contact with another way. I just double tapped the screen. Thank you, my brother. The chickens are doing good. I just got 5 eggs today. We used to slop hogs all the wasted food in schools. Right. That's what people should do. But like the local farm and stuff has gone by the wayside. A lot of states, the governments won't even let you. Like you might get mad pig disease. You got to slaughter all your cows because somebody in frickin' Norwegia. I gave out 10 today. Don't make me contact the Better Business Bureau. Yeah, he knows it's random. It's nothing more. Listen, that's all it is. Think about how long every search that everyone's made in Google, in Yahoo, has been being recorded and saved. Think about that. So when you speak to it, it's just turning your words into text like I do here. How much vitamin B? It's the same thing. And it knows, it says, when it gives responses on the screen, not ChatGPT, but just Google, an old school Google search, it would say stuff and not know whether anything of this is true, but it knows which one was clicked on so often. So then it says that is the truth. But you know that it's not the truth because a lot of things can be like it happens here. Like somebody did a science experiment and made a blog about it so I can let a pen go. And it's repeating that. And it's saying, it's so biased. Like when you say, am I smart? You are the smartest man in the world. I'm a woman. You're also the smartest woman in the world to notice that you're not a man. It's like, it's absolutely, because it will advertise to you. It wants you to trust it. It's bullshit. Listen. You ever wonder why you don't see magicians as much anymore? I'm going to tell you why you don't see magicians much anymore. They want people to stop realizing how easily they can be tricked so that when a new technology like AI comes out, they can be like, they're magic tricks. They're just doing it for likes at this point. I watched a video where a guy asked ChatGPT if it was controlled by demons, and it said yes. And it said more when asked about it. It says demons didn't want to answer it. That's freaking beautiful. All right, let's see what's going on here. That you, Braden? Sorry about that, guy. Sorry. No, he's full of shit. He's 10 years old. Would you date an AI girl if I thought she paid your bills and bought dinner every day, night, and DoorDash? Would you date an AI girl if she paid all your bills and bought every day, night? Yes, yes, absolutely. I really would help someone. Yeah, sure. We all would. You give Epstein vibes. Shut up, Arjun. How you doing, brother? It's sad that we have to Google so much that we don't know the things we should research. Right. See, I was lucky. I grew up during a time where this was before manufacturing left America. That's when people had to know how to figure things out. They still wanted people to be engineers, like every kid. They wanted to be able to take over the world with American manufacturing, and they wanted us to develop. But now we don't need that anymore. So they can just make sure a handful of kids get the manufacturing knowledge and the business knowledge and the financial knowledge. The rest of us are just to be used as to pull money out of our wallet and put it in other people's wallets. It's a complete wackadoo. Most birds are real, but some aren't. That's why some are pandas. What's not real are pandas? You should gift more memberships, see if I'm being scammed. I gifted them all. I get 10 a month. Figured out my card figuring out how to get places not at my quest in real life. Do you have friends in real life? Me? I mean, yeah, I've got friends, I got acquaintances. If my house burned down right now, I could call somebody who would be here in 5 minutes and would take care of me till everything. Yeah, my buddy Hassan right down the street. He's my buddy. Let me show you. When he needs help, I help him out, and when I need help, we just did a water heater job a couple of weeks ago. Let's show it. Let me show it. And you know what's crazy about kids these days? The whole Roblox, V-Bucks scams, like they're so addicted to these games and the games that are pay to play type games. And then they learn how to manipulate in order to get money. Like I just told some guy that my car, blah, 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 blah. And so he was on some other stream saying that his dad died. And he doesn't say anything about his dad dying in any of his posts or anything. And he's saying that he's 16, but he's 10. But so this is just this way. You get a bunch of kids together that are too young to be in masses this big. And they learn how to lie. And then you have the adults that are acting like children. And they teach them how to lie and scam in order to help funnel that money back. And that's what it appears these companies are being run by. You get a bunch of people, you teach the children, your mobsters, how to scam the world to get money to be able to buy Robux, and now you're a billionaire. Hey, hello, Noms, there we go. Thank you, Noms. Bum, 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 bum. How are you, girl? Map skip traffic. I'm all right. What you about, homie? That shit. That ain't me, man. That ain't me at all. I'm actually probably the farthest away from that. I don't even chase any tail now. Adult tail. Last summer in my country, 2 guys sold a cow outside the province breaking animal control. It cost over 1,000 cows to become sick, unable to sell, and later for the most of them sacrificed. Jeez. Pandas exist, but they're made of lab in China. Thank you, Noms. Dun, 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 dun. Panda diplomacy. We'll look it up and say, friends, call girls. It's wicked. Whatever you. She's so cool. She is cool. Kids these days, right. And they're all being programmed. You give them something for free. When they log on, they get free Robux and hey, click like and share my video and I'll put you in a Roblox frickin' blah, blah, blah. So it's like they see and then nobody ever wins. So like, he's just scamming people. Maybe I can scam people. Kids nowadays being hallucinated by in-app purchases. They're being freaking. They're turning these kids into manipulators. They're seeing it around them. All the other kids, all their online buddies, and a lot of them who aren't kids are pushing them that way. Will your family? Roblox is gross and Fortnite. It's designed to have kids ask in-game for money instead of quality items. Right. Yes, 100% right. Do you recall being considered masculine? Me, I'm masculine as shit, yo. I'll beat you in the head with my freaking testosterone. You just look so cool, Richard. Thank you, Noms. China asked for all the pandas back. Did they? Let me look it up. They're being hallucinated too. Hallucinated right now. Toys are scary. Do you remember the doll nonsense? The lol doll? No. I never played. I played Roblox once because somebody asked me to play it on stream like a year ago. My computer was too slow, so that's the only time I've ever played it. I'm the alpha female. All right, hold on. What are we looking for here? You said panda what? Panda what was it? Panda diplomacy? Panda diplomacy. Panda diplomacy.
I think that it also shows that the Chinese government sees panda diplomacy as so important that it really continues regardless of the diplomatic circumstances. Yes, Australia's relationship with China improved and we got new pandas.
So, GTA 5, I mean, like, I enjoyed the, like, San Andreas and whatnot. It's just, it's more of the same, and it's, dude, I miss highly skilled games. Not like I like superhero games. I like outer space. Not, hey, this is what's actually going on outside and you can do it too right here from your PlayStation. It's just like, yeah, there's horrors and freaking gangsters and whatnot. And people want to be that. They build up their character to be stronger, to break more skulls. And it's just like, now we've got a world of freaking gangsters. Little freaking 11-year-olds telling people their dad's dead on one stream and their car's broken on another. Lol dolls had dressed up dominatrix in lingerie. Yes. That's yes, dude. Right. Yes. It's the earlier you can break children's minds, they'll be chasing something. They'll be for the rest of their lives, and they'll spend every dime to try to be happy. You just like when you take opiates and it floods your body with opioids. The same thing happens when you talk with kids with sex and whatnot. They don't understand what's going on, and they're getting all these feelings. And the problem is they never get that. It's like chasing the dragon. They always want that same. And then the rest of their life. This is why children that have been abused often become abusers or violent, because innocence is a thing. You should have your time as a child, your innocence, not knowing how evil the world is. So then you know when you see evil that it's a choice now, and that you can stay away from it. Not it was in my video games, in my dolls. Yeah. So masculine, I could lay with a dozen men and feel nothing. Alexander the Great, or his cousin. I couldn't remember. I'm sure you can find parents' rage videos, photos on their phones. Parents on their phones finding out their 5-year-old little girl got tricked into texting. Right. Guaranteed. Pandas aren't real. Yeah, it's indoctrination. Yeah, Red Dead was a great game. Yeah. Like that. Like that's different. That's like goes back in like history type shit too. Like cowboys and whatnot. Not what you see on the news is what you're playing in the game.
In Adelaide, but the US situation didn't really improve, and they got 2 new pairs of pandas. So I think that's how important panda diplomacy actually is, that it continues even when transactional logic would suggest that it would.
Me and my horse chewing cocaine gum in 1800. 1800. Yeah, the world's a crazy place. And it doesn't have to be. Like you guys basically see what I do from sun up to sundown. From when I wake up till like when I'm so tired, I'm reading things wrong and I'm like, I gotta go to bed. You know, like my energy level drops at like 8, 9 p.m. and then I'm in bed by 10. And then sometimes I get a call at like 2 o'clock in the morning because I'm working with an editor in India. So like we have wackadoodle hours. But get good sleep, wake up, get your freaking coffee in you, get your freaking nourishment in you for the day. And then like one of the big things is, which is really sucks, is exercise. It doesn't make sense. You're tired and exhausted. How does using energy wake you up? Well, it's endorphins. Yeah, but you're using energy. And I tell you another very, very, very big thing. As I use creatine every day, I put creatine in my coffee every morning. And like when you learn about creatine phosphate and what ATP is, adenosine triphosphate, that's the currency of the body. That's the energy. That's how things happen on a molecular level. So you need plenty of it, and your body gets it typically from your food, meats specifically. And when you realize that most conspiracy theories are true, or at least have some truth to them, like why did we offshore our nutrition away from our bodies to a doctor's office? Why somebody convinced us that we should have to pay somebody else to tell us how not to be sick? Do you play any video games now? Minecraft, I got a Minecraft server running right now. I haven't played it on stream because all the freaking was going to start back up when the Iran war started. So, and then we all started talking about stuff. People get me talking about God and things get crazy, But what is black and white and Asian? Panda. Pandas make my skin crawl. I play racing game. Yeah. You talked about it a lot. RPGs don't hold my attention. Feels like a waste of time. I'm the opposite. Listen, I like racing games, but I suck so bad at them. I like RPGs. Not the turn-based stuff. I like if I don't hit the button fast enough, freaking somebody else, kills me. Like I like action. Like I like old school side scrollers. Like freaking. Yeah, I like, and then role playing, and then going from town to town to town. I miss like Zelda. Yeah, the graphics sucked and everything, but that was so great. You had to dodge freaking slow moving bullets, fireballs, and then you had to like that stuff was great. It was good for hand-eye coordination, and it wasn't just like ooh. I knew aliens were real since Half-Life. I used to look at my mom and think she looked like a monster. She was a monster, dude. Tell me something great about her. Sounds like a monster. At least from what you said. Listen, I can tell you lots of great things about my mom. I can tell you one time I thought she was a monster, and that's when she accidentally knocked a chair over into my gerbil cage, and it was an old fish tank, and it cracked the cage, and I was like, "You're trying to..." And she wasn't trying to kill my gerbil. She did. It was an accident. Like it's one of the great ways to forgive people is to learn about demonic possession. Freaking demons ain't real, God. Freaking science. You're freaking. No. Everything makes sense. You don't have to believe the chemistry of evil. Why do some people push everything they do is to push towards destruction, and some people push everything towards growth, health and growth, and some people just want everybody to suffer. This. Whether it's biblical evil or whatever, it exists. It absolutely exists. I don't care what happened to you. I don't care what it doesn't give you the okay to destroy other people. But some people think that their lives are pre-written by some bad thing that happened to them as their youth. That makes you predisposed. But also, you've got a brain, you've got a soul. I shouldn't do this. And if you can learn why what kept people from slaughtering each other for the past couple thousand years? Some people said that's not good because people are made by the great creator, and I don't want to piss him off if I have to see them after the lights go out. And maybe that's enough to just not be an asshole. Some people are like, no, because science, so I can do whatever I want. I might as well just get high all the time because we're just freaking an accidental splash on the side of the ocean of life. It doesn't matter if it's true or not. The thing is, it works. It absolutely works. And it works for a billion people or more. And it's not worth not looking into. But why do people get so? And this is why I think demons exist. They call it demon manifestations. Like people that do not know what they're talking about, but get so angry. They get so angry when you say, "No, dude, I think we have a creator, and I think we have to deal with something at the end of all this." What do you, dude? What do you? Calm down. And they can't. Why can't they calm down? Just like when you put two magnets near each other, and it's just they're repulsed. They're absolutely repulsed. The good gets pushed out of them. I know they're real too. Gordon Freeman is coming back to save an HL3. I heard a U.S. submarine sunk in an Iranian warship. Yep. First time a warship's been sunk since World War II. How much creatine do you take, or is it like vitamin C? No. Creatine's not like vitamin C. So I take about 5 grams. So about a 2 gram-ish scoop, and you can be, and if you work out and stuff, you can take a lot more. But just to make sure that you've got enough energy and brain power. And one of the great things about creatine is if you're exhausted, like your brain is exhausted, and you take a big hit of creatine, big dose, big hit, you're not, you might be tired, like, oh, I didn't sleep last night, but everything clears up a little bit better. Like it's like you can, let's look it up. Creatine and mental exhaustion. Not 15. 15 and mental exhaustion. If you're 15 and mentally exhausted, oops. Creatine supplementation shows promise in supporting mental health by increasing brain energy metabolism, ATP, adenosine triphosphate, regeneration, reducing mental fatigue and potentially improving mood regulation, particularly during periods of stress, sleep deprivation, or in cases of major depressive disorder. It acts as a neuroprotective agent and may improve cognitive function and resilience to stress. Now, I like to think I'm pretty freaking resilient to stress. People can call me whatever, they can say whatever, they can tell how stupid my religion is or how dumb or freaking whatever. And I'm just like, okay, you just don't know enough yet. You'll get there. It just doesn't bother me. Now I can get bothered, but I don't know. I think people are exhausted and they don't have they're tired of dealing with bullshit. I can deal with it. So I think I can guide people from bullshit to a better way of thinking and living. Red meat isn't bad for your heart. Not at all. It's very good. I've also seen keto fix blood pressure, diabetes, stop cancer with chemo, radiation. It's absolutely, and there's plenty of data for all of that. Here's the big thing. We are unhealthy. We're super unhealthy. And when you take the RDA, you're taking what's there to keep you in stasis. You need to be better than that. The thing is, they're saying, no, you got the same levels as most of America, which is shit. And this is the thing about like testosterone tests. Oh, you're between 400 and 600. You should have 1,200. Yeah, but most of America is between 400 and 600. Yeah, and they're all freaking wackadoodle. Skyrim is the best. I took an arrow to the knee. Zelda Link to the Past. Great game. You can take a bunch of creatine and be fine after your muscles are saturated. Take more. No. After your muscles are saturated, it goes to your brain. Yeah, absolutely. No, muscle saturation first, especially heart and skeletal muscle. Extra goes to your brain. And then after that, it goes to waste. Are you seeing my link? No, brother. Yeah, hold on. I see it way back there. Way back there. Are you seeing my link? My link to the past.
Ooh and ah.
About 4 inches.
What's the difference between ooh and ah?
About 4 inches.
Jesus freaking Chrysler's face cow. Not everyone on needs to iPhone versus not the president. Not everyone protected. You've been playing. Now, Link to the Past is great. I saw my grandfather shapeshift into a lizard dinosaur looking at alligator man. I thought I'm looking at his little boy. One time I saw my grandfather shapeshift into a lizard dinosaur looking at alligator man. I thought, you know what happened, brother? You probably got a little bit of your mom's PCP. That's probably what happened. Did you chew on cigarette butts or anything as a kid? I bet you did. Last I checked, God destroys plenty. No, sure. No, yeah. Plenty of evil. What up, Chip? Kahora. Hey man, that suit is you. I'll get you some leg tonight for sure. So you do. Demons are definitely real. 100%. 100%. I also heard that Iran struck a nuclear facility, I think, in Bahrain. We'll look that up in a minute. She dressed me like a girl and took me out shopping. I'm a boy. Yeah, that's and that. Yeah, yeah. Artificial ingredients absolutely not needed. And listen, not legal most of the planet, on most of the planet. But here in America, because we don't manufacture anything and we don't have to be healthy to keep the world moving anymore. They used to need to keep us healthy in order to work in the fields and to work in the shops and the manufacturing facilities. They don't need that anymore. So now they make a federal minimum wage to make sure we get enough money. And then they say, now how can we take it? If you take pregnancy pills, if you take pre-pregnancy pills, right. Yeah, I hear girls talk about that too, and I think that's just more folate. And we were talking about it earlier. Most they're not called pre-pregnancy. What is it called? Yeah, it's folic. Yeah, folic acid. Yes. No, it's not a natural vitamin. It's not a natural vitamin. Right. So what happened? What happened to our food supply and what we got? And you ready to hear this? When we were kids, do you know what they used in our vaccines as preservatives? What, like, to keep them shelf stable? Do you know what they? So you get people that are called anti-vaxxers. Vaccines work. They work better if you don't put mercury and aluminum in them and inject them into children when they're developing. So they caused a nationwide problem by injecting a bunch of mercury into a bunch of kids. So they needed to find an antidote. The antidote was folate. So so folate helps cancel out what the mercury that they injected into everybody did. Then they switched from mercury to aluminum, and now I think nothing's in there. Mercury as a vaccine preservative. Fury. Mercury as a vaccine preservative.
According to National Foundation for Infectious Diseases, thimerosal is a compound that contains a form of mercury known as ethylmercury. It has been used since the 1930s to prevent bacterial and fungal contamination in vaccines, particularly in multi-dose vials.
It's been used since the 1930s to keep bugs out of our vaccines. Artificial ingredients, intelligent artificial idiots. After my extra spicy risperidone dose, a weird side effect was extreme flexibility. Wow! I took pro-estrogen once, be a mistake. Clothes expensive. Is ethics really a thing during the time of war? An Iran warship was returning back from naval exercise in India, attacked by American Indian Ocean. No, that's so this is called propaganda, Shiva. It's called propaganda. What they were actually doing. Do you think they went out for a naval exercise while Iran was at war? Do you think they just went out to train while they were at war? No, they were out there to destroy other vessels from any country. And their mission was to destroy any merchant vessel from any country that was coming near them. They were in international waters. You don't train like that in international waters without an international okay. They weren't supposed to be there. They were there to kill people. But I understand, right? And that's the problem with propaganda. We have to think past what's being told. They might have told you, oh, they were doing a naval exercise. Why would you do a naval exercise when you're at war? Wouldn't you be protecting or attacking? Yes, you'd be protecting or attacking. I'm exhausted, definitely tired of BS. Yeah, I feel you, brother. Listen, Richard, can you join Minecraft? Made of something for you. Yeah, we'll be on tonight at 8 o'clock. We'll do it. We'll play at 8. Yeah. Did you ever play Bonanza Brothers? Yes, absolutely. 4 inch. How far behind him? Oh, I'm way back. Sorry. I know there's a loading period for creatine. Yes, there's a loading period for creatine. Yep. Yes, I'm here. What up, Sack? Do you know Samuel 1740? David took the smooth stones from the book to fight Goliath. The other stones were for Goliath's brothers. I did not know that the other stones were for Goliath's brothers. Hey, Richard, you got to Yeah. We'll do it. Yes, 8 o'clock, brother. Space Cowboy 9. Do you actually like Primus? He loves Primus. Straight question. The sun. See, I was about to say I didn't think it went up to Samuel 1740. It corrected for you. It says it. Oh, I forgot the one. Yogi is exploiting lenses law. Oh, that's what he's talking about. Cowboy, many exist. Check Discord. I got a video for you I posted earlier. If slaves have unlimited energy, they're not slaves, Zach. That's why we don't have them. DuPont F is the F is in the A. Yes. Listen, if you can convince the government, if you can pay somebody enough to make it safe, to say that it's safe, you make billions and you get sued for millions. I'm Actimel. Don't like to tell you the bacteria was isolated from the human intestine. I said the same thing twice because of lag. That's all right, brother. I know I'm 5 minutes behind. I know. Joy plucking your nose hairs. Yeah. So, and all this data is out there. Why are there so many vaccine deniers? Vaccines obviously work, and they also make future patients. What if you have a chance? If you own a company, a for-profit company, and you got it legislated that little itty bitty babies have to get these injections, and you're not a good person, what are you going to put in those injections? You're going to make sure that this little child becomes a customer in the future. Not they don't listen. They'll send you to war to die. Do you think they care? There's no more manufacturing. Why do they need you alive? Oh, a tax base. What's up, bro? Your thoughts on California's AIDS verification? Oh, it's Linux. No. So I think what's going to happen is we're going to get a lot smarter. A lot more kids are going to learn a lot more about programming, and they're going to work a way around it. Because remember, you can compile Linux yourself, so you can get this. You can get the operating system, and you can comment out the area that looks for age verification. You can create, and you're going to learn how to do that, and you're going to know a lot more than you did before they did this. Laws are meant to be broken, 100%. The people will find the ways around the laws. They just want money. Listen, they're not trying to protect kids. They should not pass a law that's to try to protect kids until they hang everybody that's in the Epstein files. Anti-baby pilling. Trade deficit is going to be on a higher level. And then it's going to go way down, right? Because the previous ruler of Iran 48 years ago, Iran was under different control. For the past 47 years, it's been under different control. And now it's going back to the royal family that was in control back when Iran used to be a beautiful, great place with like high rises and girls in bikinis and stuff. That's all going to come back. So now, instead of them spending all their money on trying to kill everybody, profits can be made. People's lives will get better in the region. Now everybody, instead of constantly being like, no, you can't sell oil to my enemies. Well, now we won't have enemies. So now you can sell oil to your friends and we can all have it much better. And then everything will drop. The reason we have such a trade issue is that other countries want to kill other countries. So they say, you can't sell to them. You can't sell to them. Well, when you get rid of the enemies, the people that want you dead, everybody could sell to everybody because we're all friends, so to speak. But I understand what you're saying. If the Greys are humans from the future, it makes sense vaccines are needed. I think they're from under the water. I want kids' money. Rickety. What? What'd I do? Use brains. I could use the Georgia. They destroyed them. They destroyed them during COVID. Somebody came up and plowed through them with a bobcat, not a bobcat, front end loader. They destroyed them. They destroyed the Georgia Guidestones during COVID. Why would they do that? What do you think would happen? Something serious going to happen in 2030? Maybe something was going to happen in 2030 and maybe it just got stopped. It's kind of fair. I'm about the same height and weight anyway. Same height and weight as what? When the law becomes lawless, only the criminals have honor. Something will definitely happen in 2030. Perhaps the sun will rise and the sun will set. 2030. Look out. We'll see, brother. Listen, I don't know. What up, B2B? I'm about to take a break from right here till 8. Then we're gonna play Minecraft. If you want to come on after Minecraft, absolutely. I don't know what's going to happen in 2030. Nobody. Yeah. And listen, anything could change. It could happen tomorrow. We don't know. The problem is fear. Again, not supporting Iran, but the pattern, I mean, is stop attacking or sending missiles instead of Iran is trying to economically strain other countries to block the strait. Right. Why are they doing that? And what did they say? They told every other country that they will blow up their boats if they try to pass through. They are bullies. They are pirates. They want a pass. They want to say, if you're, and listen, it's not Iran's water. Iran's only on one side of that strait. So they're saying you can't come through or we're just going to blow you up. The problem is they want people dead that don't think like them, and that's got to stop. They killed almost 50,000 of their own teenagers and young adults in 2 months because they're running out of water. They used up all the water and they only have dirty water and salty water. So they're running out of water and they're killing off the people so that there's less people that need water. They need to go. I watched the video I captured of you earlier. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah. I understand, Shiva. I understand the urge to not want war to happen. But the problem is you have to understand that evil exists in the world. And just like cancer, we let it grow until it makes us so sick that you got to cut it out. And it will kill you if you let it grow. We just don't believe it because it hasn't been this bad since World War II. Okay, that's it. Oh, wrong thing. This is. Hold on. Can you hear that? Let me see. Oh, no, you can't hear it. Hold on.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think my brain just committed suicide.
60 minutes feels like 1 hour. That's so freaking. Internal server error. Looks romantic. Holy crap! Are those your speeds? 8 gigs up? 8 gigs down? 9 gigs up? Jeez, what are you on? No, I haven't seen Lamb since yesterday. He wasn't even in the earlier stream. Where did you post it, brother? I remember they did that, but they were so well known. All the elites reduced the population, right? Say 9. So we'll play for an hour. So it's survival with no PvP. So I got PvP turned off, so we can't kill each other, but we still have mods. The open source version. In 2030, Rich will have 17 million subscribers. That's right. I'll be able to pay his mods minimum wage. It'll be a good year. Unlimited energy plus matter manipulation equals unlimited worlds. Yeah, Matt. Yeah. You would need. Listen, that's the reason we can't go the speed of light, because it would take unlimited energy to move something of any matter to the speed of light. I'm gonna call you, bro. Call me, brother. Oh, Lamb, gotcha. 800 megabytes per second. It's a good day. A good day if I get 25 FPS. I'm on the lobby in Discord. Same way I post my fish pics. Yeah, I see. I don't see you. Did you post it before? Oh, I died of laughter. Trailer Park Boys. Is that what you're talking about? And the public support for the next supreme leader is only increasing among the Iranian people, yet they are a small group of people who are against the Shia regime. So, right, here's the problem. The public support for the next supreme leader has to be. They have to. They'll die. They will get killed if they say they don't want it. They're under a boot. There's a freaking boot on their face saying, you want the new leader, don't you? But the people that have fled Iran are the people that are allowed to have free speech are saying the absolute opposite. And that's the problem with propaganda. Of course, Iran under the current leadership wants everyone to know that everyone loves us. You have to choose a side. Do you think because the Iranian people. But if you look at it's not the Iranian people that are telling you they want support, except for the ones that the guy's holding a camera and a gun and he's like, I really want the new supreme leader. Good. That's what's happening there. And the people that have fled and that have finally have internet in other countries, they're being like, thank you, please help us. My grandfather and grandmother were murdered because, and it's absolute insanity. They don't have free speech there, and we don't understand how blessed we are to have such a thing. The protesters that were running out of water, they just dumped machine gun fire into them because they know, hey, the less people we have bitching about us, the more water we have to go around. It's absolute insanity. Which one am I looking for? AI data centers ain't mining Bitcoin. They're enslaving people. Check out the mind test, please. I didn't see it. I don't know what you're talking about. What's the point of being infinitely rich? Surely life loses all meaning at that point. To help everybody if you can. Listen, the reason evil people want to get rich is to destroy everybody. The reason good people get rich is to try to save everybody. So you have the good people building up an army because at the same time, the evil people are building up an army. Remember, they want us dead because we're not their religion. And the problem is they're so one-sided because their religion also doesn't support them. This is why they're attacking other Muslim countries, because they're not helping. They thought but they're not supported by they're a separate sect. But they tell everybody there is no separate sect because they're lying. The devil is a deceiver. The war's never going to end or benefit anybody unless there are boots in Iran. But I believe Trump ain't going to do it. I don't think he's going to have to. I think it's going to be surgical. We'll see. I think right now we've got special forces all in and around training local populations, local resistance forces to fight in. That's what I think is going to happen. The world, that's right. Listen, they wouldn't waste the time filming it if it wasn't performative. What up, Funsky? Doing good. Richard, Mind Test is a free version of Minecraft. Oh yeah. Oh, does it work? You mean? You can try. Yeah. I mean, if Mind Test does it have multiplayer? We can look it up. Do you know the Iranian Airlines is one of the best airlines in the Middle East during the royal family's regime? Dude, Iran was Persia. It was the jewel. It was right, and now it's an absolute violent hellhole. Yes, it was, and hopefully, and that's what people are saying. They want the monarchy. The monarchy is the old king and queen and princes and whatnot, and he was pushed out 47 years ago. And their family and the next in line. So they want him back, but he's saying, we're not going to follow the monarchy. We're going to be a constitutional monarchy. So you guys can vote if you want me in, if you want me out, and we'll rule from one party. And that's great. That's great. Two-party crap is a bunch of people that are fighting over who gets to cut off what body part. You recall the last time you got some leg? Do you have your oil? No. What if we go to war? It goes, sure. Right, exactly. Mostly American Iranians are against the regime because they want a secular country and doesn't mind if it becomes U.S. Yeah, listen. People don't really care about the U.S.-Israel thing as much as the people on the internet think. The thing is, they want to be able to eat and drink and make babies and love each other and practice whatever religion or no religion that they want. They do not have that option. They do not. They're absolutely. We thought women are so oppressed. We can't show our nipples. They can't show their hair. But it's because it's their religion. No, it's because they'll die. Hello, Julio. I think special forces launched Iranian missiles at Iran's allies. That could be... Listen. Absolutely possibility. Absolute possibility. Probability. Absolute probability. Yeah. There will be wars and wars. There will be wars and rumors of wars. Yeah. Richard, Mind Test has multiplayer too. Please check out if it's very good. Not like I'm in the middle of doing anything right here. You seem pretty selfish, Zach. I hope you warm up a little bit over the months. Go to lead.os, look up Minecraft test link. All good. Download VPN, open. Now you have Minecraft. There you go. Once the regime is changed, who's going to deal with it? The terrorist group Hamas, Hezbollah. So the leader of Hamas Hezbollah is now dead. The leader of the Ayatollah is now dead, and 30 of his other leaders. So the reason that the attack happened was because we've been monitoring their phone calls, we've been monitoring their emails, their GPS, their analog communications for 5 years. We knew where they were. We knew what floor the Ayatollah was on. We knew how to set the bunker buster to pound through the ground until it got to the floor he was on and detonate. There are spies in his regime that have been there for 40 plus years that he trusted with his life, and he lost his life to them because not everybody's as bad as they seem. Some people are there to look bad, to do good. And of course, there is people around everyone. There's spies and everything. There's Democrats that are Republicans and Republicans that are Democrats. And there's Democrats and Republicans that aren't even freaking, they're mobsters. BitTorrent, everything is free. He just gets excited. Okay, I apologize. I do not run RKill save with my laptop. I think it's cool. I like him a lot. Would you run for president? Yeah, I'd go for president. The hell the alternate future reality? Because we made DNA engineering and make monsters. Yes. So here's the interesting thing. If we make DNA monsters, we can. But you've got to put that, like you can edit the DNA. Remember, we can't make life, right? So you have to have something that's already alive. And this is why I think we're making artificial wombs. Because we can't make life. You've got to take something that's already alive, edit the DNA, and then let it continue its life cycle. Put it in a uterus somewhere. You can't just edit DNA and then print out a freaking human. It's like, hey guys, how's everything going? No, you still need to gestate. You still need to grow the DNA. But usually when that happens, they are sterile. So if you make two monsters, if you convince two women to each get impregnated with monster DNA, and they have little monster babies, and those monster babies grow up, they won't be able to make more monster babies, so they're just one-offs. And that seems to be a very interesting self-check on DNA, that we can't make monsters that can make monsters. They would have to have a whole bunch of slave women that we would constantly make new DNA and make new babies, monster babies. Israel wants a greater Israel in Middle East. That's one of their biggest reasons for attacking Iran. Yeah, I'm sure. Listen, I agree. Absolutely. But you can say that about everybody. America wants Canada and Greenland to like everybody. They want to expand. That's what the world is. The people want to expand their empires. We think that, everybody's cool now. No, people still want that. They want it. Everybody wants to take over the world. Yeah, Lamb is wild. Mind test is just a good open source. Okay, let's see. Mind test, Minecraft clone. It's called Luanti now. It's called Luanti, formerly Mind Test, a community-driven free open source voxel game engine. Originally Luanti's voxel game. So I don't think it connects to current. Yeah, no, it's basically a replacement. It looks cool. I would do it. Yeah, but you can't connect the Minecraft servers with it. Yeah, look, I'd absolutely say it, though. It's free. Make your own game, modding support, mods, friendly community, multiplayer, beautiful map generators. Luanti has a stand at FOSDEM, third year in a row, is our best year. Brussels, Belgium, largest free open source conference in the world. Yeah. Give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. Gonna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. I had a Bitcoin miner virus on my laptop because a teenage version of me wanted to play Far Cry. Okay, think you're cool. Yeah, you're all right. I want to get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. I like the tigerfish. YouTube edits for saying lizard people run the world. Ligars, yeah, they're cool. Ligar. Yeah, man, look at them frickin' beasts. Look at the size of this frickin' wackadoodle. My stupid ass spilled my weed everywhere. Did you see the video of Senator breaking a U.S. Marines arm because the Marine said nobody wants to fight for Israel? No, Jesus. You seen it? He was in a courtroom. Jeez. No. He's not going to get a third term. He wants to piss everybody off. Trump's a troll. Absolutely. But yeah, I don't even think he wants a third term. I mean, but I'll tell you what, he can get one. If we're at war during the November election, if this war were to go on or another war, they wouldn't have the election until after the war ends. So theoretically, he could stay in office until the war ends. So maybe he'll start World War III and he'll stay till he dies. We'll see. The police done beat the dog. Yeah, Jesus Chrysler. I'm not fighting for nobody. I'm fighting for America. I tell you what, I'm not leaving the country. Anybody comes here, I'll throw some lead at them, and they'll throw some at me, and hopefully I'm a better shot than they are. But yeah, I ain't going nowhere for nobody. I got my community, my friends, and my family to protect, and I'll do that from home. Put a smiley face on my forehead in September. Said I was pulling straps on people. I didn't do none of that. Boy, beat my dumb ass. Jesus Christ. Yeah, you're all right. That's a beefy kitty. Yes, absolutely. Look at that. Look at that beast. B12 be power tripping. We need some president. Yeah. We need Cora. You can be my lady president partner, but you're still gonna be the first lady. I'm the president. I'm glad I'm half crippled. I won't get drafted. You got my vote, yeah. I'd fight for a while. Yeah, dude. Yeah, no, man, listen. If you're not America first, you're not a Democrat and you're not a Republican. You are an invader. If you want the worst for the people and the economy around you because somebody misgendered you, you need to be in a nut hut. Not like... Like there people are willing to throw the whole country away over some freaking mental delusion. Trust me, I make love every other hold on. Trust me, I make every love each other. Make everyone love each other. Or no earth for you. There you go. I can't love people shooting at us. Right, me neither. I'm allergic to lead. 100% allergic to lead. This country has given me and all of you that live here everything that you have, whether you think you deserve it or you earned it or you stole it or whatever. This is where you got it from. And if you learn, the reason most people are mad at America is because they're playing the game without ever learning the rules. They listen to people and say, oh, it's just, no. America is a capitalist country and everyone can get rich. You get enough money to do so, but you don't do it. Why? Drugs, addiction, alcoholism, porn, prostitution, whatever. We do it to ourselves. We could invest our money. We could get an apartment or a hotel with four other people, and we could all spend $250 a month. We could pack the rest of it away in high yield accounts and investments, and in 10 years you could have a shit ton of money, and we don't do it because everybody's living for today, and that's absolutely, it's our decisions, and we want to say, well, they should give us more, they should give us $700 an hour. If they gave you $700 an hour, you would spend $700 an hour. Yes, you are, Kahora. She's America first. I think dipole magnets can be turned into monopoles by shield. No, absolutely not. You can't. Listen, you may be able to do it at an experimental level, but it would take more power to make a magnetic shielding so that the one pole wouldn't feel the other pole, and that's the problem. You can't, like, you could make one to, like, experiment with, but you can't just like, where was all the shielding going to fit, and to fit inside of a motor, like a motor this big, like a motor that's like the size of one inside of a drill motor. In order to shield it with everything, it would be this freaking big, and it wouldn't be worth doing because it would be more power to put into the shielding. You have to use what's called active shielding, not passive shielding, not just by using lead. You would have to use electromagnets that would be scanning the flux lines and then pushing out repellent forces. Yeah, it just doesn't work. It doesn't work. Maybe at some, like, super subcritical levels. I love each other first. Okay, that's good. As a Christian, you should not eat halal. Me? Dude, I eat the most biblical frickin' food you can eat. I grow my own food, and I get cows that are from frickin' 2 miles down the street. Anyone ain't loving gets to. Oh, I feel like humans are incapable of that. When I went to the nut hut, I took it over, and they thought it would break me. They kept sending demon possessed people to fight me. 10 minutes, they walked away fixed and calm. There you go. We definitely do. But listen, that's a weakness. It's an absolute weakness. They tell people they're in community so they're easier to control those communities, and you can control the voter base. The easiest way to break up racism and whatnot is to get rid of the projects and what. Stop giving people free housing to stay in housing with other free housing people that hate each other and hate the whole world because everything sucks because they're stuck there for the rest of their lives. So if you sprinkled them throughout the United States so it was actually homogenous, so like it actually was separated out equally, then everybody would be like, and start charging people for their crimes. It can be done. I mean, after all this out of these sympathizers, we're going to see some new terrorists. Osama bin Laden, that dude was literally a royal prince in Saudi Arabia, and his families are still millionaires. Right? Why? Because we never cut the head off the snake. Right? So it's Hezbollah. It's still the same thing. The country of Israel that Iran, that funded all that is still good. And Obama gave them $150 billion to not build a nuclear bomb. And guess what they did? They started to build nuclear bombs. So that didn't work, and they got shit ton rich, and they want more money. So then they started saying, if you don't keep giving us money, we're going to attack you. So he gave them an inch, and they took a mile. Reading my comment makes me laugh so hard. Once upon a time, a computer was as big as a room. Yep. Since I have the gay bomb, I can use it. Richard, what do you mean it will take more energy to make shielding? I mean, a simple way. You make it more complicated. You tell me then. You tell me. What are you going to shield it with? I mean, any Christian. I wasn't saying you specifically. All right. Halal. That was awesome, man. I try also to eat as clean as possible. Yeah. Listen. We see so much advertising for McDonald's and kids eating chicken nuggets and everything. It's all crap. You have to, we're told to follow the money all the time, but we only follow the money of the things we hate. You have to, when you start to see that the pharmaceutical industry and the agricultural industry are freaking butt buddies, then you'll realize that they want to make each other rich. If you could put this stuff in your food, you can make your cows make more food, and it's addictive, so then people will have to go to the doctor more often. So now you're buying things from the pharmaceutical industry to put into our food supply to get bigger food supply, which is less nutritious, so then we get less nourished, and then we get sick and have to go to the doctors to get more pills so that we can stay alive long enough to eat more McDonald's. And then free energy is totally possible if you're making a monopole. Shielding is possible. Right. What is? Look, have you ever seen magnetic shielding? Have you ever even looked it up? Magnetic shielding for monopoles. Attic shielding for mom poles. There's stripper poles. Installing and stealing an attic. Magnetic. Okay, so, and this is what I tried to tell you before. So you've got magnetic shielding, but it's for shielding the entire magnet. You can't just you can't cut a magnet in half, because then then you have two magnets. So if you wrap magnetic shielding around it, you have no poles. You have no magnetic field getting through. How are you going to shield it? Are you just going to wrap it around one end? It doesn't work like that. Then this becomes the negative. You have to look up what the magnetic moment is. Magnetic moments shift. As if you wrap one end of a magnet in shielding, it pushes all the magnetic power to this side, and you still have your north and your south pole. Yeah, I understand your brain's working good. You're working towards the right stuff, but you got to look into what you're looking about. You're thinking about countries with populations more alike in principles, beliefs, manners, religion, etc. Generally more content and prosperous. Right, because the other people that don't like you want to drain your resources. 100%. No, it has nothing to do with race. And they want you to believe that because it's easy to look at people and be like, wow, you're a different color than me. You must be. No. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with worldview. Plain and simple. Worldview. Yo, it's a tornado lady. McDonald's fries have over 200 ingredients. None of them are potato. Homegirl on the phone. On the Middle East countries ain't bad too. Other Middle East countries ain't bad too. The conflict in Sudan reports that UAE is funding it. Qatar is too. And right, this is a problem. So, but the thing is, these are huge countries. Now, is Qatar, what I think is the reason Qatar and the UAE is funding that is because I think it's blood money. I think it's protection money, like the mobs. If you don't, just like I said about America, Obama gave Iran $150 billion to not build a bomb. Then they said, if you don't give us more, we're going to blow you up. The same thing happened with Sudan and the UAE. Here, we'll help you out. Now give us more. Give us more. If you don't, we'll blow you up. We're going to blow you up. We're going to blow you up. Give us more. Give us more. And that's the problem. You can't make deals with the devil. McDonald's fries are made of tasty goodness. Coronary issues, goodness. Coronary issue inducing goodness. The arrows. Maybe we'll eat the arrows. Problem solved. We turned him into a spiral tornado. Gravity is created by mass and movement. Monoshields. He's not talking about gravity. He's talking about magnetism. Monopole magnets. Eat the arrows. Munching on some eddy currents. Ahem. Blood money. That's what You're not solving the world. I love watts. They're so tasty. Yeah, he was talking about magnetic monopoles, not gravitational shielding. He sent them pallets of cash. He sent them pallets. He sent them $1.5 million in United States dollar bills on pallets of cash. Sent C-14s or C-17s over with them. Yes, and he gave them $150 billion as far as I know. Let's look it up. How much money did Obama give Iran? Let's see what the propaganda says. 2016, the Obama administration transferred $1.7 billion in cash to Iran. The details. Unfrozen assets, $1.7 billion was the joint, but it was definitely more than that. It was definitely more than that. But yeah, but the point is, they sent almost $2 billion in straight up cash. Yeah, he's a clown, and he lied and said we'll straighten out race relations. Race relations got worse after Obama. If a frequency can cancel another frequency, then gravity can cancel magnets. The problem is you're not considering the power of the frequency. If you yes, you have a frequency. You can have a frequency 1,000 gigahertz that's this big at 1 watt, but 1,000 gigahertz at 1,000,000 watts is like this, right? So you need equal powers and you need phasing. So gravitational waves are so unbelievably weak, and magnetism is so unbelievably strong that it's like having a big ass loudspeaker and you're being like, please quiet down, loudspeaker, please quiet down, Please quiet down loudspeaker. You know what I'm saying? So amplitude is huge, and then frequency, and then phase matching, and all that. Why do you have so many mods? Like Nam, because I love them. I'm talking about eating magnetic fields, Richard. I don't think the technicalities matter here. All right, drive home, Cora. Love you too. Drive safe, dude. The mod army. I went around the World Bank Sanctions Congress and went around, right, and Obama's right, went around World Bank Sanctions in Congress. Exactly. And people say, Trump don't listen to the, none of them do. None of them do. Well, Trump stood for the Constitution. Right, who does? And when the light is red, go faster. But this is the thing why I'm on Trump's side now. Because everyone is benefiting or hurting altogether. Like, we're all going to war, so the prices are going up. The prices have definitely dropped for a lot of things in most places. And overall, it's an overall good for the world if this regime is put to an end. I hope he does it good. I'm considering it. Okay. It's okay. You just can't see it. Okay. I hate YouTube. I can't pay shit, bro. It's like, okay, let's search for some delicacy like last time. New England clam chowder. All right. I love New England clam chowder, dude. I used to eat that stuff so much. And New England, I think, it has corn in it. There's also corn chowder, which is good. New England clam chowder. New. With oyster crackers. Yeah, look at that. They told Edison he couldn't make an electric motor. See how well that worked out. Zach, that's a real I can't copy in comments here. Yogi, have you seen the PMH perpetual motion holder? Same as a magnetic capacitor. He's still on that. For real. But it's, listen, Zach, you've got to listen to yourself. Where's the motion? There is no motion. Nothing's moving. It's not perpetual motion when you take motion away. I can put a nail in the wall and it's perpetually there. There's no motion. It's advertising and marketing that makes you think, oh, maybe we could solve. No, somebody lied to you in marketing and advertising. It's not perpetual motion. There's no motion. Pricing is always volatile short term when it could offer jobs. Right. And it's on purpose. We know it. We know if you're going to benefit off this, you know that a lot of S&P 500 stuff will also drop, but you know it's going to recover if we survive. So if you've got any extra money, buy low, and if now it's high, hold tight. Ooh la la, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Motion. I can make motion. Your mom showed me last night. I ever thought I love some mushy peas. I ever thought I'd love some mushy peas on a badly boiled potato with some fake vinegar? No. Oh, jeez. No. Richard, the name is misleading. I'm sorry. The original name is from 19 or 18s, but the goal is to understand how it works, not the name. Right? We know how it works. People are redoing old done science projects. We understand how it works. It's well understood. When you see people do it in their bedrooms and in their garages, it seems like they're making new things. But this has been done for 200 years. I promise. Listen, I know you feel like I'm putting you down for this, but I thought the same as you because I didn't look into it. Look, there's patents, old patents for mags. If you look at the stuff that Maxwell was doing, like there's patents for things like that. I never thought of that. Yogi. All right, 7:20. All right, I'm going to take a break here and get me some water. 8 o'clock, we'll play some freaking dare Minecraft. Got new comments. All right. I love y'all. I'll see you guys back in a little bit. Bye-bye.